How you feeling, baby?
Oh, wonderful.
Well, I feel better than I did last night.
Fucker got me sick.
I wonder how Brian's holding up. He's the one who was in the car with me for an hour reviewing Sinister 2. I had to get you a gift before you left. No gift backsies. Well, luckily we're talking about a movie that doesn't require a whole hell of a lot of thought. Do you even remember what we saw?
I think it was approximately 3 seconds of Sinister 2.
Oh, when you accidentally walked into the wrong theater? Don't worry, you saw the best parts of Sinister 2. No, you didn't. You didn't see the part with the alligator jumping up and biting the guy's head off.
I saw that in the trailers.
Oh, it's even better in the movie. He does it to 2 people.
Oh.
CGI alligators and an 8mm reel of film. Fuck, so we got out of Hitman Agent 47, which is amazing.
Oh, God.
This movie, man, there's oh my fucking God. Oh my God, this movie hit that sweet spot of stupid, dumb, shitty, nonsensical, just crap-tacular action schlock. It just hit that fucking sweet spot, like last year with Transformers 4. And, man, this movie is written by fucking Skip Woods, who also wrote Die Hard 5, and also wrote Sabotage, which was kind of awesome. This guy has written just some shit after shit after shit, and here he is with another fucking movie. I think he also might have written the first one too. I might be wrong about that, but so this movie is basically like somebody saw the original Hitman with Timothy Olyphant and was like, nah, man, nah. This isn't enough like Ballistic X versus Sever. We need to just make this the most absurd fucking stupid ass shit you could fucking think of and put in a theater. In 2,000 fucking theaters, this movie has no business being in as many fucking theaters as it's in. This movie has no business being made. It has no business being put in theaters. This movie is Skip Woods just trying his damnedest to do a fucking Uwe Ball impression. And I gotta say, I fucking don't regret seeing this movie. Because I was laughing my ass off.
I was too.
This is one of the best comedies of the year. I knew we were in trouble at the very beginning of the movie when it was showing fucking geniuses coming out of the movie theater telling a camera how fucking great Vacation was, including what was probably a crazy cat lady, and a dude who is either an old hippie or someone who is on his way to catch a predator, who says to the camera, "Maybe I'm crazy, but this was even better than the first one." You're crazy.
I liked the woman who was like, I'm gonna see it a second time, I'm gonna see it a third time, and I
Go
think all
for
of
it.
you should too.
Oh, really? I'm never talking to this person. If this was a relative of mine, I would never talk to them again. Hitman Agent 47. Oh, man. This movie starts out with an opening credit sequence that tells you everything you need to know about the exposition and the backstory to this movie. It's sort of like watching opening credits to a video game in which they just simply tell you everything that they decided not to film.
Pretty much,
There is fucking narration coming on and horrible special effects, which are throughout this entire fucking movie. Horrible special effects telling you, like, the agent system was created in order to create super agents, and the key to all the information lies in the head of this woman, and no one can find her. And it's just going on and on and on for probably 5 fucking minutes worth of exposition that they just didn't want to film. Fuck it. Throw it in the fucking opening credit sequence. Man. And so then we are led into Skip Woods' version of the Terminator.
Pretty much, yeah.
Zachary Quinto starts out in this movie as Kyle Reese.
Yep.
How does... I'm sorry, I'm really loving the yep. Yep. No, I get it. That was totally me in Sinister 2 last night. I had the same sickness you have right now. So Zachary Quinto is basically Kyle Reese in the first 40 minutes of this movie, and honestly would have made a better Kyle Reese than Jai Courtney did. So it starts out where the hitman, who's played by Rupert Friend, you think he's the Terminator who is sent to kill Sarah Connor, who is this woman whose father knows the key to all of the hitmen. He knows how to make, because he designed them. He knows how to make them. He knows how to train them. He knows all the secrets that go into making a really cardboard fucking wooden hero in a movie. And so fucking Zachary Quinto finds her and says, "Come with me if you want to live." And
Pretty much, yeah. Like, almost word for word.
oh yeah, it word for word is Kyle Reese finding Sarah Connor in this fucking subway station. So this movie contains a sequence in which Zachary Quinto fights Rupert Friend as the hitman, and they both fall onto a moving subway and then fall onto the tracks in which a subway car happens to come every 10 seconds at Mach speed through this station that has enough room in it that just runs over you if you're laying perfectly still. And he is just like, the hitman, and this is important, is blatantly trying to kill this woman and blatantly not trying to kill Zachary Quinto. Several times he could shoot him, but instead just will shoot his gun away from him.
Yeah, no, he, I mean, God, I'm really sick, I'm sorry.
It's alright, baby. Zachary
Maybe
Quinto,
you should just go.
handsome. Huh?
Maybe you should just go.
Just go see the movie.
No, like, you should keep talking about the movie while I try to clear this brain cloud. What sickness did you give me?
The deadly, Mutabu virus from Clerks the Animated Series. I had an expired burrito yesterday and it made me very sick. Yeah, that's my bad. At least I made it up. My apology is taking you to Hitman Agent 47. I'm sorry. Am I forgiven?
Sure.
Oh, wait till you hear about the part you missed.
Yeah,
You missed
apparently
like
shit
the
went
best
down.
15 minutes in this fucking movie. So, okay, they're fighting at the train station, and then they're on the run from the hitman, and I'm kind of thinking, like, is the hitman the villain in this? Like, is this straight up the Terminator?
I was watching it, because I've never played the video game.
Yeah.
And I was like, is the video game just you play this guy who is just shooting random innocent people?
It depends on how you play it.
Okay.
Like, if you're like me, and you just, like, I feel like just going off on a rooftop and just shooting random things, then sure, yeah, you could totally do that with some sweet opera music playing in the game. None of that is in this film.
There's some music that kind of sounds like when you get one of those keyboards, not like a computer keyboard, like the musical one, and you just hit like demo.
Yeah. Oh, This entire movie is a fucking demo. Like, you want a fucking action movie, just put it on fucking demo. Here is what you are going to fucking get. You are gonna get this wooden-ass hero, this crazy-ass villain, complete with his boss who just sits at a desk that looks like a receptionist table in, like...
Yeah, and everybody, like, lost their shit when they, like, there was, like, alarms set to go off if he got up from the desk.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They're like, he's up, he's moving.
Zachary Quinto chases, the hitman chases Zachary Quinto and the girl to the U.S. Embassy, where they need protection, so they just fire a gun in the air, where they are saved by The Daily Show's Dan Bachadal, who says to them, "Why are you firing a gun at my embassy?" And then the hitman has recently seen The Matrix. Oh, yeah, there's a couple of Matrix nods in this. You missed the other one that was later on. The hitman sees The Matrix, in which he goes through the security system with his bag of guns, and it's literally the same shot of him opening his fucking overcoat with all the fucking guns inside of it. And I'm in the theater like, it's The Matrix now! Earlier, I was like, is this the fucking Terminator? Now it's The Matrix!
Yeah, the first it was so Terminator. I even noticed all of it. I haven't seen the Terminator in a really long time. I have seen the original. I haven't seen the second one, which means I've never seen any other movie.
But
ever.
You did see Terminator Genesis.
I did see Genesis.
Did you see the first Hitman movie?
I didn't even know there was a first one.
There is. It's Timothy Olyphant plays the Hitman. It's a better movie than this.
Is it like a prequel?
This feels like it's probably as much of a sequel to that movie as, like, Punisher Warzone is to The Punisher. Both of them seem to kind of just exist on their own. For a video game movie, I don't remember Hitman being really that bad, necessarily. But I haven't seen it since it came out. Maybe it won't hold up if I see it again. But, like, this movie, from what I remember, is phenomenally worse, but phenomenally more entertaining, because it is so much worse, because this movie is batshit. When they're at the fucking embassy, genius Dan Bachadal's big plan when interrogating the hitman.
That was, like, my favorite part.
Oh, yeah.
He, like, brings in his guns. And
a loaded gun!
He brings in, like, all of his shit, too. Like, at first I was like, okay, he probably wasn't stupid enough to load those guns, but, like, a knife is a knife. Like, he's like, we have all of your guns and knives right here. Yeah.
Right here, right in this bag. You can't get them because you're handcuffed. Surely you can't get out of these handcuffs. Oh, and he does by tapping the table in slow motion, in which the sniper rifle that's pointed at him goes down, and all you gotta do is just tap the end of this thing and it'll go off. And it does, and he holds up the chain of his fucking handcuff and it shoots it off of him. Cut to Zachary Quinto crashing through the wall and saving Sarah Connor, and then somehow Hitman is dressed like one of the embassy guards with no one fucking around him and alarms going off, but no one around him at all. And then they all just fucking escape. But the big twist in it is that Hitman isn't the Terminator. Zachary Quinto is. Zachary Quinto is the bad guy in this movie, which should have been obvious to this woman because Quinto was telling her that... Quinto's name in the movie is John Smith, by the way. So Quinto is telling her that, like, they want to kill you because you will lead them to your dad, and your dad has all the secrets of the Hitman program. Well, then why would they want to kill her? Why wouldn't they just follow her?
Yeah, well, apparently, Hitman wasn't trying to kill her after all. Did we talk about that?
No, not yet, because we just got to the twist where, like, Hitman is the good guy and Zachary Quinto is the bad guy.
I feel like we're gonna watch this video later and just be like, Violet, you fucking dipshit, I hate you.
Oh, sweetie, do you know how many of these videos I've been sick as a dog in? I hear ya. Like, I was like, that video for Sinister 2 is like 56 minutes long because I'm talking so slow in it, and I, like, have no idea what's going on. the video for, I'm sure there's been some others that I've been really, really sick in. Like, I wasn't sick in the Million Ways to Die in the West, but I sounded like death. I sounded like fucking...
You sounded like sexy death.
I did sound like sexy death. Sexy fucking, like, Godfrey Ho villain death. It's fucking movie. No, that's... I feel so bad.
It's okay, I'm not actually mad at you.
Well, you can be. It is my fault.
You didn't get sick on purpose. And honestly, I might have gotten sick at the same time you did. It just took longer to hit me.
I probably made it worse. I was very, very sick. I may have had the sleep sneezes last night. That's why Lloyd was smart enough to sleep upstairs.
I don't think Lloyd did sleep upstairs. I think you just slept through like 7 or 8 times that Lloyd tried aggressively to wake
I
you
was
up.
in a deep sick sleep last night, but I chugged myself some like dollar store NyQuil. I woke up fresh as a daisy.
But yeah, apparently the hitman was trying to kill Zachary Quinto the whole time and not the girl, which is bullshit because he was not. There were like at least 10 different times because Zachary Quinto's character tells the girl to just run, and he'll hold the dude off, and the dude is very clearly like not trying to kill him, like he's trying to get him just not even knocked out, just out of the way, so he can go after the girl, while also firing randomly in her direction. Yeah. Like, Zachary Quinto's character will be, like, behind him, and he is still firing in her direction.
Oh, no, he explained it later. He was trying to mark her. Which, what does that mean? Did that ever get explained?
I mean, you saw more of it than I did, but I didn't see it get explained.
You missed it when they... Did you miss it when they explained the, this is jumping ahead, but when they explained
No.
what do you call...
The inhaler?
Inhaler, thank you.
Oh god, that was my... Did they explain why he gave the child a knife?
I am guessing, this is way jumping ahead, like, first of all, like, Zachary Quinto is straight up the Terminator in this. The reason why he is after this woman is they want her to lead to her dad so that Zachary Quinto and his team can take the dad prisoner and torture information out of him so this company can make their own army of hitmen, even though... what they have created with Zachary Quinto is insane. They have literally created a cyborg. They have created a bulletproof human being. They have injected him with some kind of like bulletproof metal within his skin to where he, like, this is a part you missed where Hitman shoots at him and he holds his hand up and it just catches the bullet right in his hand. Oh, how he is still able to function, because that is still a piercing wound in your hand. When he is shot earlier, it's still doom, 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 blood flying. There is still metal sticking through him. Maybe it isn't going all the way through him, but they use the word heightened a lot in this film. So
many times. Oh my god, yes. Everything is heightened.
Heightened speed, heightened aggression, heightened, heightened senses.
They use it in reference to Katya at least one time too, because she has heightened survival skills.
Which means she has X-ray vision.
Yeah, X-ray vision.
And can see the future.
Future vision and...
Future vision, X-ray vision. She can flashbacks.
Vivid flashback vision.
Vivid flashbacks from different points of view. Meanwhile, she is always fucking up. She's always fucking up. Like, she has to avoid cameras at one point. She's avoiding all these cameras in this airport or train station, and then misses the one that's outside pointed right at her.
Like, yeah, it's super easy to say this after the fact, but even then, like, she sees the car and just marches across the thing, and I'm like,
But they get
There's
caught.
no other cameras there, and there is. There's one right outside the door.
And she says that she has a hobby of taking things apart.
Oh god, that made me so mad! When she gets anxious and can't sleep, she takes things apart, and the thing that she decided to take apart were her bodyguard's guns.
When he's asleep. And then people burst in, and he has to kill him with a screwdriver, which he was sharpening for a good 15-minute scene in this movie. So, of course, that was gonna fucking come into play. And when she's taking apart his guns because of her hobby, this is after she decides to go on a midnight swim on a rooftop, topless, on this rooftop swimming pool where I've seen Dirty Harry. I know snipers can shoot women swimming on the top of a building. If the fucking villains aren't gonna get her, Scorpio is. Idiot! So she is the daughter of the person who created the agents, but she is also supposed to be a much more superior agent because of her X-ray vision and her future vision, which is only convenient every fucking now and then. And to test her on all of this, fucking Hitman turns into Jigsaw. He turns into Jigsaw, in which he has her tied up on a rope in a chair in front of a functioning, like, 747 engine right behind her, which will just suck the chair right into it, but she could stand perfectly still right in front of the goddamn thing.
Oh god, that pissed me off so much. Especially since, like, the scene immediately after that is him being like, you're the most important person in the world. We need you more than anything. And I'm like, then stop trying to kill her.
Stop trying to murder her, Jigsaw! He's doing that through the movie. He did it in a scene. He did it in a scene when you left too, and it was fucking amazing. He keeps doing this through the movie. He keeps putting her in danger so she will get out of it.
He has her be bait at one point, and like not bait to lure out the bad guys, really like a bullet bait. Like they're just firing at her, and she's like dodging it.
But this action sequence, though, when Zachary Quinto is basically turned into, like, Agent Eli Roth in this film, this action sequence in this fucking airplane hangar is insane. Like, I think I just screamed out, holy shit, in, like, more than one occasion. He chops a fucking man's head off with what looks like a 2x4 or a piece of fucking plywood. She pushes a button which smashes two guys with, I don't know, a giant fucking claw grip?
That's what it looked like, yes.
Yeah, people are smashed, heads cut off, necks broken.
But a lot of times it's, like, the way that, because there's she puts, or one of them puts some of them into like another jet engine, or maybe the same jet engine. I don't know.
Oh no, they have the gun pointed at Zachary Quinto, and he's like, "You're not gonna shoot me," and she's like, "You're right," which shoot him in the fucking eyeball. Like, although it didn't work for Michael Myers, so maybe it won't work for him. But so instead, she shoots through the window, which is the only thing protecting him against this gigantic fucking plane engine, and the window breaks and just sucks these guys and just chops them up into fucking bits.
There's that one, and then there's the turning things on the ground, which I don't even know what that would do. It just appeared like, I mean, I get that it's based off a video game, but like that scene was very video game to me. Like those things are there just because they will help you and not because they have any logistical reason to be there. But yeah, there's like spinning gears just on the floor for some reason. And I don't know how airplane hangars work. Like maybe that's needed.
Like this.
But every time that like someone dies like that, they use this like their bodies just turn into like a puff of blood, and it's like the same animation every time.
It's awful CGI blood. And when that aircraft hangar exploded, the video game looked more realistic than that. What the fucking shit? Ghost Shark looked more realistic than that fucking thing. The fucking lava lantula looked more real than that. What in the fuck was that? Oh my god. And so Zachary Quinto is honestly kind of having the time of his life as this villain. Like, I can see why he wanted to be in this, because he looks like he's having a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, he did. He did.
Rupert Friend is really good on Homeland and was kind of miscast in this. There was something just not very threatening about him, really. I don't know. I don't know if it was like that. to me, he looked like a 16-year-old with a shaved head. Like he was a lot better on Homeland. Granted, they let him do nothing in this. He is like, I mean, they make it a point to say like he has no emotion, he has no love or fear or anything like that.
The scene before it's revealed, like almost immediately before it's revealed that Katya and 47 are siblings, I guess. It had a scene that kind of seemed like it was setting them up as romantic interest. Because, like, he's sharpening the screwdriver, and, like, she comes up and, like, she's like, is it true that, like, you don't have any feelings or anything? And he's like, yeah, it is. And she's like,
we'll see about that.
Well, no, she's like, not even love? And they have, like, this really intense, like, staring, and he's like, some things are better not to have in this line of work. And she's like, well, what about outside of work? And then it's revealed that they're siblings.
Hot. Yeah, like, the dialogue in this fucking thing is shit like that. Like, hell, when the villain is talking to him at the end, the villain says, you and I are not so different, or like that like villain line, like you and I are more alike than you think.
That would make that the second movie in 2 days that I've seen that had that line, and even though I didn't see that scene, I can guarantee you the one in American Ultra was better.
Okay, so you were gone during this part. Let's see.
Maybe. I mean,
let's see.
Some of it I was physically gone, and some of it I was just not there.
Okay, let me see if I can think of anything between... Like, watching this, I'm like, just cast Jason Statham as this character and get it over with.
Well, okay, so her dad is mentioned as having lung cancer.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the elevator scene.
It's just my favorite scene in the whole thing.
That was...
Her dad is mentioned as having lung cancer, and he can't breathe without an inhaler. And there's in an elevator in a hotel, right? Was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like this family, like a mom, a dad, and a kid get it, like are in the elevator when they get in, and I kind of missed the first bit because I wasn't paying all that much attention. But, well, because I was...
You missed pivotal plot points.
Well, because, like, they were talking at the same time the family was talking, so if they said something important, I kind of missed it. But, like, eventually, like, the kid just starts, like, freaking out and, like, kind of being a brat. And the dad's like, take your inhaler, it'll make you feel better, and, like, hands the kid his inhaler, and he, like, takes it. And then as they're getting out of the elevator, 47, like, body checks the kid, basically.
Yeah. And trades the inhaler.
For a knife. And it cuts. He's like, she's like, how did you even get that? Because, he's holding the inhaler, and he's like, oh, I traded it, and she's like, traded it for what? And he's like, your knife. And it cuts back to the kid, who, like, looks down at his hand and sees that he has a switchblade in his hand now, and just gives a really, like, maniacal grin. End of scene.
Considering what happens later with that inhaler, I'm sitting there wondering, like, was that kid also an agent or something? Because, okay, I think maybe we've gotten... I'm hard-pressed to think of anything significant between what we've talked about and where you got up to leave.
Well, the dad gets shot in the knee and they leave him behind and then he gets captured, but like that's the point I left at. They were like injecting him with the stuff.
Okay, they were trying to get information out of him, which it's sort of man, this movie doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like, seriously, just shooting the right people at any given moment in the movie would make this movie only 5 minutes long, considering the plot.
I kept thinking, what if she hadn't gotten out of that chair?
What if she hadn't gotten out of that chair? What if you just killed... What if the dad just died? That solves your fucking problem right there. What if he's died? And this company doesn't even need to be making their own agents anyway. They have Cyborg Zachary Quinto, who survives to the end of this movie. And, okay, where you walked out on is Hitman is in the skyscraper. This CGI skyscraper that just screams movie villain. It might as well be just a giant fist sticking out of the air. So they're in this fucking skyscraper, and then there's a shootout and a fight between, because this is when Zachary Quinto catches the bullet in his hand.
Okay.
And they're both just fighting. He puts like 20 more bullets into Zachary Quinto. Zachary Quinto keeps getting up, and they're fighting. Okay, this is amazing. They're against the wall, and they're against this weird light fixture on the side of the wall that's maybe like the company's logo or something. Some light fixture that's on the wall. And the hitman says to Zachary Quinto, "Do you know what your one mistake was?" And Quinto goes, "No," or something like that, or something like it was like, "No." And so the hitman goes, "Saying that you were better than me." And so the hitman takes out like a thing of fucking piano wire, wraps it around Quinto's neck, shoves it into the wall. He is pinned to the wall with piano wire sticking into it, which electrocutes him so much that the entire building goes out. The entire skyscraper fucking goes out. Nice timing, by the way. The entire skyscraper's electricity goes out because of this hole in the fucking light fixture in the wall that's got Zachary Quinto's head in it that electrocutes him. That's why at the end he's laying there and looks albino.
Yeah. I thought that was the dad at first.
No, that was Quinto.
Okay.
Electrocuted and now albino. Yeah, they set this up for a sequel, which I hope to God.
Yeah, I thought it was the dad because I never saw if he made it out of like.
Oh, here's what happens to him.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you didn't see what happened to the dad. Okay, here's what happens after Quinto. Okay, after this amazing scene with Quinto, like getting electrocuted and the fucking building going out. What's the girl's name?
Katya?
Katya. When Katya and Hitman, they go out in the hall, they both have their guns, and all these guards come out, and this surf music starts playing. It feels like fucking Desperado is happening. Like, this... Like, this fucking surf music starts playing, and they're just picking people off left and right. Like, oh, fucking Christ, like, this would be like, man, I wish like 90s Robert Rodriguez directed this scene, because it's insane. They're like fucking like flipping off walls. It's on like stairs. They're just shooting people in the head left and right. And she says to him like, "Remind me when it's all over to kill you," or something like that. Okay, whatever. And then they make it on the rooftop when this fucking surf music stops playing. I mainly just remember opera music from the game. Granted, I think I've only played like maybe one or two of the games, but and even then, not a lot. Not a lot. I am not an expert on those games in any way, shape, or form. But there could be a surf music level for all I know. For all I know, this movie is fucking dead on. So they're on the roof, and the bad guy, the like Quinto's boss, has he has the dad hostage, and when they were taking the dad, when they got the dad out of torture chair, he noticed his inhaler sitting on the table. I don't know why it was there. Like, oh, I know we're torturing him, but shit, we don't want him to have an asthma attack. Let's leave his fucking inhaler here. You know, we don't want him to have trouble breathing. So when they're taking him away, he just reaches over and quickly grabs it. No one thinks that's weird or says anything about it. So he grabs it and takes it with him. So the bad guy and the dad are taking off in the helicopter at the end. And Hitman's like this, you know what you must do look. So he takes out the inhaler and pushes it. Helicopter explodes.
Isn't that the kid's inhaler?
Yes, it was. That's what I mean. Who is this kid? Who is this kid? Unless Hitman took it and put a bomb inside of it.
There was that scene when they were in the street, and I thought he just gave him the inhaler, but maybe he did.
He slipped the inhaler in his pocket when they were getting up.
Yeah.
So
when he was like pulling Katya off of him.
And then he says something like, that's the mission that they were supposed to die, or something like that. Which, they went a long way for that shit, man.
Wow.
We can't just shoot these people. No. Explosive inhalers. Buildings going out with holes being punched in light fixtures. Fucking airplane hangar with jet engine fucking training session. Oh, and I didn't even tell you about her other I completely missed a fucking part. Okay, so how she comes back into it. This is like when... This is another Matrix-y moment. Do you remember the part in The Matrix where the agents were holding Morpheus hostage, and then that helicopter comes up on the side of the building?
Yeah.
It's that. When the dad is sitting there and they're getting information out of him, a helicopter comes up, but it's Katya. It's the girl. After Hitman had knocked her out, she wakes up with her hands tied to the steering. It's another test that he did. He knocked her out, put her in a helicopter, tied her hands up to the fucking steering that somehow made its way up to this specific fucking floor, and she wakes up and is like, you motherfucker! And that's why later she's like, when I get out of this, I'm gonna kill you.
Wow, okay.
So, I thought that, like, guns were gonna be on the helicopter. No, what she does is, she gets out of the ropes by just pulling really hard on it, and it snaps off. And then she just drives the helicopter right into the building that goes through the windows, chops up these motherfuckers. Like, you have the CGI fucking helicopter blade chasing Zachary Quinto across the fucking thing. Shit! So that was another dick move training session of his, to tie her up to this fucking helicopter steering.
Like, yes, now is the perfect time for a training session. Nothing at risk here.
Oh, no, nothing at all. And then you came back when they were on the roof after, like, you came back and then, like, 2 minutes later it ended.
Yeah. Oh, I want to specify I had to take a phone call. I wasn't just like, fuck this shit and left.
The movie's too amazing to walk out on.
Yeah, no, I was kind of sad I had to leave, but it was important.
But do you want to talk about the 2 minutes that you came back? You leaned over to me and you were like, am I going to be confused? And I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, all I really saw was like, he's like, we have to go any second now. Thousands of their highly trained assassins will be coming for us. And she goes, no, only one. And then the elevator opens and it's him?
It's him, but with a much closer shave on his head.
I guess he was the one that they kept cutting to on the roof. Was it? I think. Maybe.
Is that the twist? Was it this other one who was trying to kill her earlier in the movie?
No. They kept cutting to, like, they didn't show this person all the way. They were just, like, getting orders.
Oh.
And he was wearing that outfit. I think that was supposed to be the reveal. Like, that specific, like, black with the red stripes down the sleeves outfit.
Oh, okay. See, you caught more of it than I did. I missed that part. That part didn't click to me. But that's how it ends.
Well, I mean, that character didn't do anything. Like, it was just like, there would be, like, radio, there was, like, he could, like, kept opening up a briefcase, and then it showed, like, a spinny radio thing on it, and, like, a transmission would come through, and then he'd close it and leave. And then he'd be, like, pretty much I think it was supposed to be implied that it was, the 47 we were seeing, or I don't know who it was supposed to be, but it kept being, like, on top of whatever building 47 and Katya were in. Okay. Like, whenever they would leave, they would, like, pan up and show this dude, like, getting transmissions, then he'd close the thing and leave. Yeah. So I guess it wasn't implied to be 47. That would have made more sense with the reveal at the end. There's two!
I mean, come on. I mean, that makes sense to me. It makes more sense than anything else in this movie.
I don't know what transmissions he would, like, it was just like, they're leaving. Closes briefcase, leaves. They're leaving again.
And then it ends with, what's the line that they have at the end? They say something stupid to each other.
Oh, God. Yeah, they did.
Like, time to do what we do best. Or, no, wait, that was the end of Ghosts of Mars.
It was close to that, though.
Yeah, it was something like that. Now the question is, should you see this movie? The answer is yes.
I would say yeah.
Yes. This
I
movie...
feel kind of bad because the Uber driver we had seemed to think this movie was going to be amazing.
It is, though!
I think he thought it would be a different kind of amazing,
Oh,
though.
this movie is the right kind of amazing. This movie is... Oh my god. This movie is just that... horrifyingly dumb. What the fuck are they thinking? What the fuck are they doing? Hilarious bullshit. Like this, I'm not even kidding. This is like the Ballistic X versus Sever of this year. This company in this fucking movie comes up with the most complicated ways to do anything. Instead of just shooting them in the car, they decide to have a bunch of people on rooftops to shoot like grappling hooks at them to stop the car from a bunch of different angles just to keep the car from moving because there's like wire now coming out from the car up to the tops of the roofs, keeping the car in place. It's easy to get out of because Hitman just goes up and just shoots all of them. Oh man, I
remember there was another scene I leaned over to you and said something, but I can't remember what it was now. And the way I remembered it in my head was like, it was the one with the weird building. Well, there were a ton of weird buildings.
Yeah,
I want to say it was the scene right before they actually went to see the dad.
Okay.
Do you remember me saying anything? Or even
I mean,
what
yeah,
that
but I
scene
can't
was?
remember what it was. I remember the building. Even Max Zorin would say that building's a little too much. Like,
yeah, the dad.
fuck.
There's this weird scene where, John Smith is trying to get information out of her when he's still pretending to be like Kyle Reese, essentially.
Yeah.
There's also a really weird line where she's like, your name isn't really John Smith, and he's like, it's Ryan. Then that never comes up again.
No, it doesn't. that fucking doesn't come up again. There's many things in this movie that never come up again. There's just like weird bullshit exposition just in between action sequences. The action sequences are ridiculous. Like, this is such a trolly fucking movie, and I kind of love it. But it's just the right kind of dog shit. Like, I laughed my ass off from beginning to end of this fucking thing.
But, yeah, so he's, like, pumping her for information by telling her about her father. And, like, most of it is the kind of thing that, like, if you read, like, a file on the dude, it would probably have in it, like the languages he speaks and his health conditions, which is like one really minor one, like arthritis, and then he's like, oh, and he's also dying of lung cancer.
Oh, yeah, because it hits her when he's like, he also likes orchids.
That's what I was getting to, yeah. Like, everything else was kind of like, okay, I could see how this guy would get this information. And she's like, did he have any hobbies? She's like, what did he love is the specific line. What did he love? And the guy like looks around, like, which is weird.
Yeah.
It was like, someone might be listening in. And then he goes, orchids. Like,
there's only one place in the world where you can find orchids.
And like, she's moving things. She's got like this giant map because she's been trying to find this guy for a while. Like, before everything goes down with like Terminator and shit, she's like, at like a information thing.
This map she has is like the size of a garage door.
Oh yeah, she's got this giant map with like a bunch of stuff like pinned to it. And she's like moving stuff as she finds out more, like, oh, he wouldn't be here because with the arthritis he wouldn't want to be cold. But like, later on there's a bunch of pictures of orchids pinned to the map. Apparently she just had like an entire like stack of like things he might be into, just in case she found out he was into them.
A stack of porn on one side of the fucking map. He's into gambling, so there's a picture of a casino
But
marked
they
on Las
go-
Vegas.
They go to, what was it, San Francisco? Was that where he was?
I can't remember.
I want to say,
Um,
yeah. They go there, because she has, like, vivid flashbacks, which, like, they show the flashbacks in more detail, and that doesn't really have anything to do with San Francisco. Like, it shows, like, really, really fast, like, her in a car, and then her, like, hiding in a thing, which is, like, they raided him or something, and her mom got shot, and then he, like, had her hide in a grate underground.
It was in
so she
flashback vision with blur around the edges of the screen.
Yeah, and she also saw 47 standing by the side of the road for some reason.
Yeah. You.
Oh, but yeah, like, it shows that, and, like, she's like, San Francisco! None of that, unless that took place in San Francisco, but they didn't say it did. But they go to this weird building that, like, it's just really weird looking, like, I don't know how to explain it. The building they go to with the orchids in it, like, it looks like if you, like, melted some Twizzlers and then tried to pull them apart.
Oh no, that was the candy factory that they were in. When there's a woman on the rooftop with, like, one of those, like, baby carry things on her, but it's full of guns.
And, like, so obviously, too, like, she's standing there with her, like, she's holding the guns inside. Like, if that was an actual baby, you're just gripping its thighs for no reason.
Any final thoughts on this?
I'm sorry, I'm such a mess in this video.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, you're holding it together better than I have in, like, my sick videos.
Yeah, but people actually come to the site to see you. People come to
they
the
yell
site
at me all the
specifically to
time.
complain about me.
No, they don't. There are more people that complain about. There's more people that complain about Dave than you. I would say if you want that batshit should not fucking be in this many theaters, should clearly be direct to video. If you want that, like, sweet spot of hilarious bad action movie, go see this, man. Go see this. You'll have a 90-minute fucking laugh riot.
Oh god,
What
I
the
know there were
shit?
scenes I wanted to talk about, and even in the movie, I was like, I should be making notes or something here.
I was with some of the
there were
dialogue.
yeah, I was gonna say there was some terrible lines in this that we didn't even touch on, but
Well, you'll see those on the quotable lines section on IMDb. If anything, I'll just post them on my Tumblr page like I did the lines from Old Fashioned.
you should do that, yeah.
Next week is No Escape and We Are Your Friends.
Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow, so you guys won't see me for a little. Well, there's
That's
a
not
video
true.
on
Grease.
Patreon. That's what I was.
Grease.
You cut me off while I was explaining that.
I tend to cut people off in this.
Yeah, there's a video on Patreon, and you haven't put the State Fair video up yet.
No, I haven't. I haven't finished editing that.
So there's like 2 more videos with me in it. But yeah, you guys won't see me for a while, so you can go ask people on Tumblr whether that annoying, creepy bitch from the Terminator videos is still around.
It's a terrible thing to say about me.
The person that they asked it of was like, I don't know, I'd have to check the comments section. Which one were you? It was...
Oh, good stuff. Man. Alright, go check out Hitman Agent 47 because it is so... It's so amazing and awful. See it.